Straight here, it's like curved a little there.
Okay. Mics are.
Well, that might be the
live.
TV.
Yeah, looks like it's good here though.
Okay, 1 second. I am recording. Wait,
Actually, I think it's.
Naegleria?
Yeah,
Actually, I think it's curved just a little bit at the top. But
it doesn't.
hardly
It won't even make a
noticeable.
difference for this game.
Okay, yeah, you've got your go fast. Okay, we're good to go. You can just count me down.
Okay, I'll be using Sherry because she has a straight shot. There's not a huge difference between the characters. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. Mario Golf.
I can't
for
skip
the
this
Game Boy.
cutscene because the character like data isn't saved or created until after it's done. So you have to spend like 50 something seconds here just letting them nod at each other for a while. After that I can skip trophy cutscenes and that'll be pretty much it. For the most part it's just shooting the ball, trying to get in the hole. Oh wait, I need the computer monitor on.
For chat, right?
No, for the spreadsheet. I have it linked already there. I won't need it until Palm, so you have like 9 minutes ideally.
Did he turn the computer on?
Well, you got 9 minutes, so here we go. Good wind. Oh, I made a mistake. Before I do the first shot, I'm supposed to menu
Turn off 3D mode.
3D mode, yeah, for the where it gave me like a pseudo 3D rendering. Turn off 3D screen, and that'll be for the rest of the run. I meant to be -2 on distance there instead of -1. Although, looks like that would have just made me further off. All right, good.
Nice chip in.
This is weird wind. We're playing on the Game Boy interface, which is like a mod for the Game Boy player, which basically just removes like 3 frames of lag and just makes it look nicer.
Oh, all caps?
I practiced a little bit. It's basically it will only make a difference for like getting power shots because I might be like 1 off on accuracy compared to what I usually do. If Firefox already has the spreadsheet open.
Okay.
For putting, it doesn't really make a difference because it's mainly based on like the angle you aim at, and if you're a little further or shorter on a distance, it usually doesn't really matter.
So this is good right here?
Yep. Just make sure.
You need to scroll down throughout the run?
Yeah, I'll need someone to hit double, like D, or no, down arrow key, because it's not WASD. Oh wait, other direction. Oh, and on the bottom right, there's like the range 90 to 98, and that would be like the percentage it would give like a range to your shot.
For him?
But it's not actually a range in this game. It's literally just one static number for every type of terrain. It's like right for tee shots, it's 100. Always for Heath, I think it's always 2/3, 66%. Like it's always like one static number. The range means nothing.
So that range is just for show.
Yeah, it's just to look nice.
Make it look like it's random, but it's not.
I noticed that when I was trying to practice Heath shots, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting the exact same thing every time. So there's a lot of things in this game where it's like, they try to keep it as simple as possible because it's like, I imagine they couldn't fit like too much data on a Game Boy cartridge. And, which reminds me of coming up after the trophy cutscene, I reset because I can skip it. And if I mash A, the only like wind RNG up to that, for the hole when you reset the game is how many frames you spend in the start cuts, see like the press start menu and all that crap. And if I just mash the crap out of A, I usually get like the same one, but there's like about 6 others that I have written down here. If you go to the bomb choose link, capital C, lowercase f, uppercase MS, CFMS, yeah, you'll see the sheet I'm using where I wrote out for 8 south by southwest as the first hole. I have it done for every hole, and for the lesser common ones, I've kind of done like not as many. Since I need to be essentially like perfect, like you'll get like perfect distance and minus accuracy with the default aim. With the Game Boy interference, and I might be off by a frame, so it's not as like. Instead of getting a eagle, I'll get a birdie, but it's still nice to have the info.
Yeah, 3 frames is not a huge deal. You can easily get used to it.
Yeah, because it feels like what it should be like if you're playing on a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy Advance. So after, like, I should, like, if I end up like screwing anything up, it is entirely my fault. It's not so like, wow, it's so different, because it feels way more natural. Like when I hit A, it just stops instantly.
Yeah, there's no input delay.
I'm gonna try to be off on accuracy to like counter the wind a little. Because rather than like move the cursor, that would like purely adds time where I need to wait for the thing to move anyway. You can. All right, this is the good pin position here. When it's on the far left, it's very easy to get like land on the rough slope, and that's like instant loss of like 10 seconds. I underestimated the wind there. That should be fine.
Nice.
Putting's probably the most important thing in the game for like saving time. I guess ideally you would just get in the hole every time, but the easiest place to lose time is on putting and just like, I guess, bad decision making. In general, for like golf type games, it's not about like, you could take your time to line up a nice shot, but it's just like you just pick a spot, pick an angle and go. It's about just playing with like as little planning time as possible throughout the run. Because in terms of like speed rather than score, fast par can be better than a slow birdie. The one thing I do want birdies for is that if I get a particularly good score, like -15, I can give up on like a long par 5, and then it'll give a plus 10-ish. Ah, crap! Didn't roll. Okay, never mind. I'm good. That was probably actually better, because when you land in the rough, the ball stops rolling basically instantly. In the Game Boy Advance game, you have like super backspin and crap like that, but in the Game Boy Color game, your options are quite limited. Come on, nice.
Nice.
Should be good. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. When you give up a hole, the score you get is triple par. So on par 3,
Triple bogey.
Well, 3 times.
Oh,
the
3 times the
par.
par. Right, yeah, I'm stupid, don't listen to me. Yeah, not triple bogey.
So yeah, on a par 3 you would get a 9, par 4 you get a 12, par 5 you get a 15.
I didn't even know that. I just only skipped par 5s. I assumed it was always the same. Because there's not real much of a point in skipping like a par 3, because it's nice and short.
Yeah, par 3 is just tee shot, 1 putt, move on.
This pin position kind of sucks, because you're going to land in the semi-rough where the ball rolls the slowest. Well, semi-rough and rough, it rolls the same. So it's pretty much guaranteed I'm going to need to, like, I usually need to putt on, or chip on. I can usually chip in from the distance, but...
Man, these chip-ins.
I think that's one thing that might be easier in this game is, like, chipping. I guess, yeah, in terms of, like, the speed run, just because the wind is... I guess, I don't know. The Mario Golf Advanced Tour, it straight up is just like a more refined, just better game, and I kind of play this because I don't know. I guess I just had this when I was when I was younger, so I just find it more fun. As a speedrun, it's basically the same like concept, and you lose a lot of the same tricks. It's just, I guess, like when you're trying to do like quick math in your head to figure out like how far you should putt, or how you should adjust for wind or terrain. It's like a static number, which just makes it a little easier for that. Where I guess in Advanced Tour you were just sort of have to get a feel for everything as you play it more and more.
Yeah. After a while, you just know where everything is,
Yeah.
and you just react for wins. And in Advanced Tour, RNG with the lies.
Also, yeah, one thing I should be doing, I forgot. It's if you hold up on most shots for 3 iron and like higher, like up to the driver, you'll save a few frames because it'll stop rolling a little faster. And then for like 7 iron or lower, for like a sandwich, you want to hold down because it'll stop the ball rolling a little faster. And in between, it's kind of hard to say what's faster. It's like very situational. Depends mostly on wind, I think.
Go ball. Oh, just enough.
I guess that's another little optimization is usually you want to be a little farther than necessary because if the ball like just slowly sinks in, that'll cost a little more time than if it just like slams into the hole at a high speed. I guess that's it's much easier to notice in like the Mario Golf 64 with the speed golf, where there's like an in-game timer for it.
Yeah, it's just a little optimization, but
it saves like less than a second, but it's it adds up. Should be good. Good.
Yeah, over course.
Dude, can you after palm every hole just hit down the arrow for me? Thank you. Usually I have my setup all nice and close. It's nuts for till after. I guess this. Oh wait. I did well, right? Sure. Fuck it.
Yeah, -15 is pretty good.
I don't know if it's the same, but either way, yeah. Give up. Yeah.
Yeah.
This end. The frame after you exit that screen, it saves. Oh wait, I messed up. Let's redo that. Forgot. And it should be South by Southwest. Fuck, okay, never mind. I'll just have to play this like I usually do. Or I usually did before, rather. So yeah, don't worry about the spreadsheet. Virtually useless. Because it's basically routed around getting everything properly. So like an ideal run, you would just get like the par 3 hole-in-ones pretty much every time, and it would just work out. Oh, actually, I wonder if it would change for Game Boy. I don't think so because you're just mashing A. You're not changing when it's like being pressed from the game's perspective. I don't know. So wait, 7 east. 7 west. Yeah, this is the palm course. It's after it's after you reset. This green, I don't like it when it's on the right side pin because there's a crap ton of trees here.
Yeah,
So-
shoot it over.
Like it's not too bad of a chip, so it doesn't like. Yeah, it's not that annoying, but it's also got like the hardest green this early on the game for slopes. That should be fine.
Also, I noticed the approach shots is only 30 yards.
30 and there's a 30 and a 60.
Oh, there's 2 different ones.
Yeah, I usually use 30 so I always like have the same number in my head of like halfway being 15, 2/3 being 20.
22 and a half.
22 and a half, yeah. I just mainly I have like a feel for it for most of the time.
Yes, I know in all the other ones, there's just one approach and it's 60.
Oh yeah, and that's another minor RNG. I think if it's above 12 miles an hour, a shy guy will fly on screen, and it takes, I think exactly like 2 seconds or something like that. Or no, I think it's 60 frames exactly when I measured it. So every time you see a shy guy, it's like you just lost a second. On Lynx and Peaches, there's like crazier wind, so it's like more expected to see a bunch. I'm not sure what the average is since I didn't really care to measure it because you have no control over it. Well, I guess unless you have the wind manipulation shit down, which I clearly don't.
Yeah.
I meant to be -2. That was -3 on distance.
Get it.
Oh! Slopes in this game are a pain. At least it's not a Rough slope. I put too much on distance, so I try to factor in,
Nice.
with accuracy. Which when it's really short, doesn't affect the aim very much. See, I'm usually like one off because I'm not like totally synced with the slightly different delay. But for this game, that pretty much only just affects whether or not you get a power shot, like, and you get to save the shot. Because I'm not trying to aim for like a specific pixel unless I get the wind stuff right. You just want to get like a general area. So even if you're a little off, it doesn't really matter. It mainly matters like the decisions you make and where you fly to. Oh, the ball flies too, I guess.
It should be fine.
The fairway has exactly 1/3 the it has 3 times the friction, so it'll be no, that's not close enough. I am off on accuracy to try to counter the wind. I guess the angle is right, I just need more power.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can putt off fairways, you just need to add distance to compensate, knowing that the fairways have 3 times the amount of friction. So like, if you hit a 30-foot putt, it'll go exactly 10 feet. Then the semi-rough and rough, if you hit like a 30-foot putt, I'm trying to think of numbers, so I couldn't think of what to hit there. Hit a 30-foot putt, it'll go like 3.5 feet, and if you're in a bunker, it'll go 7.3. So bunkers, like bunkers have less friction than like semi-rough and the rough. And the semi-rough and the rough, they actually have the exact same friction, but just different like percentage shots, or like the static numbers a little different. Which is weird, because like in sand, you think the ball would just stop faster, but it doesn't in this game.
Yeah. And then putting on fast fairway, ball just rolls forever.
If you do a 30-foot putt, a 30-foot putt, it'll go like 50 feet, which makes no sense at all. So like fast fairway has like literal less friction than greens.
It's like putting on ice.
Oh yeah, I can't remember. I was trying to look into how to get like water bounces. There's like a couple holes where it's like, if you could consistently get like a bounce on the water, you could get to like the green a little faster. But I couldn't find any consistency for it. It seemed like other than like the lower the height, the better, because then it'll be like you're skimming on the water.
Yeah.
But sometimes for a drive, it's going to go high, no matter what. So I'm not sure how to get it. Because there's water. You can the ball can bounce on the water in the advanced game too, right? Is there any like?
Yeah.
Is there any like consistency for it? Is there like you just kind of hope for it?
If it's going for the water, you just pray it skips over.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way to know. All right, here.
Yeah.
38. I'll go for 55. Oh wait, there's a slope, but luckily it works. I forgot about the counter on the slope.
I think it was just a straight downhill slope anyways.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so it would be a little less hill. I went too short here. If I'm semi-rough, okay, I can't. Putting would be crap. This is like the easiest green in the entire game too, because odds are you're gonna land like on the flat part. Just a colossal flat green. Shit. The way this par 5 is shaped, I should still be able to get on the green. It's probably like the easiest one in the shortest one in the game. Because even like with the low level character, you can crank it on.
Yeah. Should be a nice, easy putt.
I didn't change the aim at all. The slope might affect it like a little, but and the way the slopes are, I think it's like for every frame it's on the arrow, it'll like change its like a trajectory a little. I haven't looked into that too specifically, just because after you putt enough, you just kind of have a feel for it. So knowing the frame data, I didn't feel was as important. Yeah, sure. Yes.
Nice. Save that last power shot.
I didn't think a 3-wood neutral would go far enough. Oh, I didn't counter the wind enough. Oh, it's still a straight putt, so.
Yeah.
It's 40, should be enough. Sweet.
Ooh, right edge.
I meant to be -1 on distance. Tried to counter with the accuracy, but I think that was, yeah, a little too much.
Oh,
come
no
on.
way. How does that not go in?
Shit. I think there's 1 more or 5 left, but whatever. But in terms of like randomness, I think even Advanced Tour isn't as bad as the NES Open Tournament, where between each shot the wind will change to like a random different direction. So every
yeah.
time you don't just like see it at the start of the hole and like gauge it based on that. You need to like check every time. That game seems like it'd be a lot more hectic.
Yeah, it would definitely be a lot more luck based because you could go from no win to like a lot of win in a couple shots. Thankfully, with the Mario Golf, the win is the same.
Yeah, throughout the
each
hole.
hole.
Oh, and through the magic of save states, I found that if you save and quit, you'll have the same win value on that current hole, but the next hole will be different if you save more than like 2 times in this game. I'm not sure why, but that's the way it works. This is, yeah, too short. Luckily, it's a, easy green. The first few
Flat putt.
courses are, why did I really, I don't even think I needed to change direction there. I probably could have just done a straight 30 as well, but whatever. And I'm kind of, after the hole ends, you have like the cutscene of their like character reacting in the scorecard, and you can just mash through that, but I'm kind of scared that if I mash like a little too far, I might do like a tiny shot of like just hit A during a shot 2 times.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like always scared that it's just gonna mess up. I probably could have skipped a hole, I just wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, you might have been able to skip the last hole. Alright, 2 courses down.
Nope, totally off. I'm guessing it's maybe, I don't know, because usually I get like one of the same ones. This is like totally different. I'm not sure why. Different. It might not. Maybe it's not just simply cartridge based, or maybe Game Boy interface is messing something up. I don't know why, but usually at home it's always the same ones. I guess if anyone else feels like running this game, you could help me test that out. If you do want to run a Mario Golf game that's a handheld, for like the RPG little stats and the just, I guess they have their own little like unique charm to them. The advanced game is straight up like, it's more fun. I guess it has rain and stuff, but you have a lot more control over the ball. I guess it would just depend which one you feel like you want to play more. I found it too weird though, because after being so used to these greens, the way the slopes work, they're like a little bit different, and that was like, it just threw me off way too far. This is the hardest putt, like, until you get to like Peach's Castle. This green is the nastiest.
Yeah, I guess each Mario Golf's sort of physics and mechanics are slightly different.
I don't think any of them are straight up like not worth speedrunning. Like they all have their own fun levels and stuff. The GameCube one, if I was doing one of the 3D ones, it'd probably be that one. I just had more fun with it than the 64 one.
Yeah.
Actually, what's interesting is like, I know of like 4 other F-Zero GX players, or just F-Zero players in general, who are also like pretty damn good at Mario Kart or Mario Golf games. Like CGN, when the 3DS one came out, he was like top of the leaderboard for a lot of like the tournaments.
Oh, nice.
Ed, who has the record for like most of the Super Nintendo F-Zero, has like shot records in like the Mario Golf 64 one, I think. I play the Game Boy Color one. I think there's someone else. I just can't remember the name.
I play casually.
Okay, AKC. There we go. Have you ever ran one of them? 'Cause-
Also tour, I did a few attempts.
Okay, there we go. If there's like a... Which is weird. You think like F-Zero and Mario Golf are like total opposites. One's like golfing is usually like... In reality, it's like a very much a slower sport. Why did I use power there? That's not... It's like a much slower sport. More of a casual setting. And F-Zero is just like ape shit as fast as possible. Mind-numbingly difficult. I guess it's like like for me it was like having contrast where like F-Zero is like pretty hard. You have to be so focused, and it's nice to have something that like I can just kind of sit back and not have to like worry that if I press a button, you know, like 2 frames too late, I'm gonna die or anything like that. It's nice to have a chiller game to go back to. If you ever get burnt out on speedrunning a game, just find a chill game. Barney's Hide and Seek is like the most chill.
Yeah, you get to relax between
I might hit the
shots.
tree or a cactus. Shit. Hopefully it's still on the green. And yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, you're fine.
time between shots, you can just like chill
Yeah.
out.
You can watch the ball and think about your next shot.
Oh wait, I didn't counter the take into the slopes. It's going to be a little short.
Eh. Easy part.
Anything less than like 5 feet, I just mash A. I didn't look at where it's going. I don't have the levels memorized that to that degree where it's like I don't even need to look at it. I get in theory it would be faster, but
Yeah, especially the speed runs for the N64 and the Toadstool Tour. A lot of it is just, you know, you just hit the ball. You don't look
default
for,
aim.
Yeah. You don't look at the marker. You don't.
A little shy.
You just. As soon as you're ready to hit the next shot, you just hit it.
You could do that in the Game Boy games. It's just you sometimes might get like behind a tree or have like a really shitty shot lined up.
Yeah.
And like if let's say I guess in the 2D in the handhelds, it seems to be a lot easier to get chip-ins and shit. So it's worth it to take like a little, like an extra second to save like having to do an extra shot, which would take like 4. This one, I think this is with like a max leveled up beefy character, you could get a hole-in-one on this par 5. At least on the in the Game Boy Advance games with the custom clubs that give you like all sorts of crazy properties.
Yeah. With
Fuck it, let's go for it. I don't think that's getting over.
that.
Bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's. Ooh, my mic fell off. Hopefully that didn't destroy anyone's ears. So yeah, that's an example of when water bounces are really, really nice. I guess yeah, they'd be more important for like recovery shots, where it's like you don't really think you'll get over because you're in the rough or some shit. I'll put an angle on it, just because the cactus will be annoying. The default aim in this game is based on which pin the one of 3 pin locations, or was it 2 that the hole can the pin can be in on the green. Usually it's like far left or far right.
Yeah. Advanced Tour, it's some of the holes are weird where, depending on the pin position, your tee shot, the game can give you 3 wood instead of a driver.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen. Oh, yeah, I guess for like par threes, but. Yeah, because it's like the default driver aim. If it's only rough, if it's meant to be like multiple fairways you would go on, it like kind of assumes that you would want to do that.
Yeah, but Advanced Tour, that happens on 1 par 5s.
Neat. There's some weird quirks with these games.
Like you think on par 5, it would just give you driver every time.
Yeah, unless. Because usually, even if there isn't a fairway at that like exact yardage of the driver, if you're using a power shot, it will be. I clubbed up there. Well, I went down but back up because I was worrying the cactus would slow the ball. Let's go for a putt. Might be a bit too much, and I didn't change the aim.
Yeah.
Either way, it's the cursor only has to go to the left. It doesn't have to go back to the right. So for like 100-foot putts, that's I'm pretty sure faster. I'll play this safe. This might be semi-rough, but that's fine. Oh wait, with the tree there though. Yeah, I'll just hit it over here. You can get on the green in 2, but for the lower level character, you pretty much have to get power shot with good wind.
Yeah.
Also, that's like a 90-degree angle bunker there. Some of the graphics kind of just look weird. Which is another thing, in the Game Boy Advance game, everything looks pretty nice. There's 4 different characters you can use, 2 girls, 2 men, and the reason I use Sherry is because she has a straight shot. So when you're chipping or doing like approach shots, it usually just goes straight. Whereas a draw, there's like it kind of veers off to the side. So I find it just a little easier to get shots of this distance in the hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other people, I think. Bryce Ulf, I think, currently has the record for like all clubs or just any percent, whatever you want to call it. He uses Joe, I think, who starts with a 206-yard drive, if I remember right. To Patio J uses Kid, who starts with a 202-yard drive, I think. And they both have like a slight draw. I think it might purely be preference. I don't think the difference would make much of a difference if you're just used to playing as that character.
Yeah. Nice thing about having a straight shot is that you can shape the ball either way, depending on the shot you
like
have.
if you press left or right when you start the shot, it will make a much clearer difference. Whereas if you have a really strong draw, it's kind of harder to adjust.
Yeah, with a strong hook or draw or fade.
No. Yeah, all right, let's do it. I'm going to put it at a bit of an angle here. If you hit up right or up left, it'll give you a few extra yardage. So I'm hoping it'll roll on. There we go.
Yeah. You had a really good win, too.
With that good wind. I usually don't go for it, but with wind like that, why not? Oh crap, this fucking terrain. I think the wind and the 90-94 will cancel each other out, I'm hoping.
Nice.
Oh,
Albatross,
going.
Yeah! Let's go.
That's faded.
So yeah, albatrosses are rare. Normally you only get them on par 5s.
I think if you get it on a par 4, that's a hole in one.
Yeah.
This is a shitty shot here.
And it's getting an albatross.
You basically have to make a good shot and then a hole in one. So it's Well, a hole-in-one equivalent. So it's
Yeah.
very uncommon. Like, I guess when you have like the wind manipulation, ideally you would get it like every par 5 if your character can at least hit far enough.
Yeah.
Not all of them they can, but since I'm not manipulating it, it's like that's actually very surprising. Which is actually kind of funny for like a tool assisted run. You would try to get a lot of those, but you also wouldn't want the ball to roll. You would just want the ball to just fly into the hole.
Yeah, just slam dunk.
Yeah, because rolling on the green, it costs time.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if anyone's made a full game task. I've only done like a couple holes just to see how the game's optimized that for. But if a whole game, it would be like funny. It'd be like very repetitive, I guess, because like you know what's going to happen every single time. It's just he's gonna shoot it and it's gonna go in the
Right, par
the hole.
3s, hole 1s every time.
And then like later on, par 4s even.
Par 4s, eagle. Or if it's a drivable par 4, you could
Yeah.
get a hole in one that way.
I think there's a couple holes where you can't get it in 3 just because either it's too far or like the way the green is shaped, it might just not allow it. I'm gonna curve this and then cancel like some of the curve with the accuracy there, just because I think that'll give me the best chance of avoiding Heath. Fuck.
Ooh.
Well, that's not too bad on the first shot, because at least, like if it wasn't in Heath, it would have rolled for a while. As long as it's not in Heath after the second shot, which I think I should be fine. Then it's like
Yes, you're
not much of a
okay.
time loss. This should be fine.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
It's not too weird of a putt. A little to the right.
Okay.
Also, the way like this speedrun works, I need to get first place in each club. For Lynx and Peach, I might have to save and quit if I like do a really big screw up.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about Mario Golf.
Oh yeah, save and quit in the handhelds. I don't know if they're in the 3D games to the same effect. But
Yeah, they also have save and quits.
okay.
So if you need like a birdie on a certain hole.
Yeah, like if you're on the last hole and you're like the only way I'm winning is an eagle, then you could just keep resetting for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that feature is especially useful in the Toadstool Tour for doing 108 and 216 birdie badges.
Oh yeah, getting all birdie badges for like 100% categories. I'm not sure how long those are in the 3D games. For the handhelds, they're like 9-ish hours. I know people have done it. I've seen R. White Goose do it, I think. And,
Yeah, there's
a few others.
individual categories for getting all the birdie badges.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's part of just 100% or if all birdie badges is its own thing. Because I guess, yeah, in the Mario 64, there's like the ring shot things, or is that the GameCube as well? But it has like it has other like the little mini game categories sort of deal.
Yeah, I know in the
putt.
N64 there's actually a category called any percent rings,
Yeah, with
where
the rings
you
thing.
get the credits via the ring attack mode. In a Toadstool Tour, there's actually different categories for ring attack, because there's 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, and 4 player ring attack. Hole 1?
Oh,
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go.
sure. Not as exciting as the Albert. Oh, wait, this hole is really, really annoying, because no matter where you shoot, there's probably going to be like all these trees in the way, and if the pin is on the right, it's like there's a rough slope into the out of bounds. I hate this hole.
Ooh.
So I'm perfectly fine with like overshooting the green by like a mile. Just because getting a rough slope, it takes like 8 seconds just to roll to the bottom. It's really nasty.
Yeah, plus depending on the slope, it can be really difficult to shoot up.
Yeah. In the advanced game more so, because there's actually like it actually has like a 3D sort of effect, so you can like bounce off stuff. In this one, it is like a 2D plane. It's just the that texture, I guess, has an effect that makes it roll that way. So you can't really bounce off it to the same effect. It bounces like it's flat ground. This is weird. I usually never hit left of all these trees. Now I'm gonna land on fast fairway here, but it was the only like shot I had aside from trying to land on the rough, which in theory would stop the ball faster. I think Brysolf, there's a few holes where it's like he'll intentionally just go for the rough and smack it on just so he doesn't have to wait for the ball to roll, which ideally is what you would try to do all the time. But sometimes when you like need a second shot that's like good, you'll need it the fairway. I keep forgetting to press up. I haven't played this like game as hard as I was. I've been playing Killer 7 mainly because it's a lot more punishing. So some of the reflexes aren't quite the same.
But yeah, shooting it into the rough is optimization that's done in...
It might look like oh, you just screwed up the shot, you're a bad player, but in a speedrun it makes sense.
Yeah.
Much more so in the NES Open Golf, I think, just because it rolls way too long. I don't remember if that's the case or not.
Might be.
I think they do it sometimes at least.
That's an ace.
For a shorter shot, that's not too bad. That might be a little short. I try to like picture like 2/3 and that like added a third on it.
Yeah.
Because it's always 2/3 of the length of what you're gonna do, or what 2/3 of what you select. I don't think I should have aimed to the left there. I should be fine.
Right in between the bunkers. It's a nice shot.
But yeah, the around each bunker is semi-rough, and semi-rough has like a better like shot range, like the percentage, but worse friction. Now that I think about it, I think they just straight up like switched the two by accident at some point.
Maybe.
Because bunkers should be like the worst friction. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Might have been programming error that was just no oversight.
Because I don't think, like, even if you're like playtesting a game like this, why would you putt in the bunker? It's just like a situation that will never arise in conventional gameplay. This will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple holes in the Toadstool Tour where, in the right situation, you can actually putt from a bunker.
Like if you're just close enough to the green or some other magic stat?
Yeah. It's mostly if the bunker is literally right next to the fringe of the green.
Has anyone in chat been asking questions? Because I don't have it loaded up because I had the spreadsheet and I ended up didn't even needing it. Ah,
Ooh.
that's kind of crappy.
Ooh.
Okay. I meant to go for a nice shot. I think this should at least be the correct angle, just crap distance. This is one of the ones that I remember Brysolf would go for the rough on, just because it's closer to the green, which for this wind it would have made sense.
Right, you could cut off some of the whole length by going
20 there. Ah, too hard. I guess I was closer. Oh yeah, because the fringe, it doesn't have the same friction that fairway does. I'll be fine score-wise. That'll be good. Just perfect
like
stop.
Stuck in the semi-rough.
That's not too bad because at least it stopped rolling really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be on a slope though. So yeah, This is what you not like on the rough. It's worse, but you want to try to have as little of that as possible. Wow, that I
Ooh.
didn't adjust for the wind at all. This isn't too bad of a putt, actually. I think I just go straight. Like the slopes will cancel out.
Yeah, there you go.
So even if a putt looks tough, it doesn't mean it necessarily is. I think it'll be fine. It might be in the bunker. Oh.
Oh.
But yeah, I think Dark Area said the guy who made the Game Boy interface thing you can get, which basically just, if you have like a memory card that can attach to like a SD card or whatever, or just like a homebrew thing, you can get the Game Boy interface, which just turns the Game Boy player into like a much better it feels like a Game Boy instead of that little like delay it usually has. So if you have like homebrew and all that, I would highly recommend it. It's just if you're very used to speedrunning with the delay, it might be. I guess it would depend on the game. If it's just a switch you can't make back.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess if you play a lot on a certain system, it can be very hard to adjust for some games.
That's why like in Super Mario 64, they just straight up like, you could speedrun a virtual console, but like the dead zone and all that shit, they just didn't like it, so like barely anyone does it. Well, compared to the number of people that do it on 64 at least.
Right. Plus all the tasking and work that they put on it, on the
Yeah, it doesn't transfer like 1-to-1 necessarily.
Yeah.
I didn't factor in the chop percentage. I was gonna be a little short. I think that'll be fine.
Is there such thing as a Wii Virtual Console emulator?
Wii Virtual Console?
Yeah.
Like not just emulating the games that you would play. Oh yeah, I guess. Well, I guess you could. Would that just be on a Wii emulator? Play like a Virtual Console game? Because usually you could just emulate those games on their original systems, but I don't know. I never really bothered with that.
Or maybe I guess the Wii Virtual Console is an emulator.
Yeah. Does it emulate the emulator accurately?
I don't think it would make much sense to do that. Like, why would you emulate an emulator?
I guess if you really... Wait, I got second?
Oh, no.
All right, I got add 10 minutes to the estimate because I wasn't paying attention. I forgot to save on when I got the bogey.
So, yeah, in order to unlock the next course, you have to win the tournament.
I could have just saved and quit, but I fucked it up.
So, yeah, now we have to redo this entire course again. And this is...
That'll be basically 10 minutes.
So you just hole in one all of them?
Potentially, yes. I could get a hole in one.
Just get the task round.
Should be in.
There you go.
But yeah, for a single segment setting, getting first place, as long as you're familiar with the game mechanics, even if you mess up, you can save and quit. But I just kind of forgot to. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a shitty shot.
Boy, really hope I can make it home in time after my run. I gotta work tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Two left. I'll tell you what, if I get second place again, we could just switched it. Because obviously I'm not good enough, if that is the case.
Yeah. Oh, that should have gone in.
Yeah.
Or if at worst, I can just do the run tomorrow.
Yeah, if you prefer.
Yeah, we'll see what time it is after we finish, and then we'll go from there, I guess.
Yeah, if you press L on Game Boy Color. Because the Game Boy player is basically like a literal Game Boy Advance. So it still does the screen widening thing if you hit L or R. Cool.
There you go.
I need a -9, I think, to beat Lynx. And I just straight up wasn't paying attention to what my score was.
Yeah, the score requirements for this one's a lot tougher than Advanced Tour.
Yeah, I'd say like Advanced Tour is probably harder to optimize, but this game is just harder to beat in a speedrun setting. This might be a little too far. Okay, worked out.
Nice.
I meant to get perfect on accuracy there. Probably would have been a hole-in-one if it did. Good.
Okay.
Ugh. I hate this level. The trees are in the worst possible position. And the green, it's just everything about this is just, ugh. It's made to be as difficult as possible. I don't trust the tree.
It almost seems like you're meant to be way higher up so you can hit it
Yeah.
to the
Like
corner
it's
of
made
the
to
dog
be like,
leg.
yeah, like it assumes that you have a 300-yard drive by now. Too much? I tried to cut off some of the accuracy to get the distance out. I guess that wasn't necessary. Wait, I had 0 last time I did this hole too. So I guess maybe the Game Boy interface, the way I'm playing it, it just changes the wind pattern to a different set
Yeah, maybe.
than the one I'm used to on like my non-Game Boy interface Game Boy player. Or maybe it's, I don't know, it depends on the console specifically. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't have a Game Boy interface.
Whew. I was worried that'd be too far to the left.
It's weird. It looked like that was gonna miss left. And
Yeah.
it's like,
just a little.
we'll just have it going for
Yeah. Yeah, this game's like physics when it like does the close up. They're honestly kind of weird. I'm gonna curve this. I think that should be good.
It almost seems
Not enough
like
distance,
it almost
yeah.
seems like the hitbox for the hole is like slightly to the left.
Yeah, it might
Than
be
where the
offset or
image
something.
is.
It very well could be. This might not be far enough to the right. Oh no, too far. Neat. Last time I was in the Heath, so considerably better position.
Got a 1-stroke lead.
Did I get a bogey on some hole or some crap? How did I not get first?
You did get.
I don't even remember doing that. I was just so reflexively just playing along and having a good. the time.
You did get a bogey on one hole.
So yeah, I didn't even mentally register that. I was just sort of commentating without even like thinking. Purely my subconscious was like the only thing playing. Yeah. Oh, I'm on the fringe. I didn't even. This might be too short.
Oh, that's
Okay,
it.
good. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's a golf game, and it's nice. You know, you can just relax, but you still need to pay attention. Otherwise, that'll happen.
Yeah, you still need to execute.
Okay, yeah, par 5, so. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I learned from my mistakes. So yeah, that's, if you ever fuck up, you gotta save and quit for you. Oh god,
Powered over that little valley.
hopefully. Don't roll into the heath.
That should be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. This should be fine. Bryce off strats.
Going for the rough.
Because the way the wind is oriented, it'll be a much easier shot.
Yeah, plus you'll make the hole shorter by taking more direct paths to the pin.
This should be good.
Ooh.
I'm not used to making that kind of shot though, so it threw me off.
Would have been a very nice eagle too.
Still a safe birdie.
Nine, can you finish earlier so I can do food earlier?
Sure.
Oh, really?
Because he has he has work tomorrow.
Wait, what?
He has work tomorrow,
Right.
so he might want.
Yeah,
to.
so I started at 6 in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, you know, rip sleep at this point.
Yeah. Well, you might as well just do it and then go to work.
Right.
Or you can sleep for an hour and then be more, like, feel even crappier.
At this point, I'd rather stay awake.
Yeah.
Not in. This hole, this green is kind of weird because it's the only one where there's like a straight up giant bunker in front of
Is
it.
this the game our way with shills all the time?
Oh no, that's close.
Close?
It's the same name, exact same name. There's no difference between the Game Boy Color or N64 Mario Golf game names. It's just
Oh, okay.
both of them are just Mario Golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was weird because I thought this was the N64 one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people do when I stream it. They just say, "Wait, this isn't N64," and then leave immediately.
I like the colors. Dude, I like this game, though.
Yeah, I like this. I prefer this. I straight up prefer this game over the N64 one. I think I'm like one of 2 people on the planet that do. I did. Yeah, rough slope. As long as it's not in the water, I don't give a shit. Okay.
Okay.
It's in the toxic river.
Rough slope. Yeah, rough slopes are the worst part of this speed run
Oh, man.
by far.
Nice approach. We might be doing it around after this. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well.
Talk for once, too. See if work with us.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Whoa, there's like.
Whoa,
Look at there's
weird.
like an interlacing
It's like
thing there.
wavy graphics.
I'll be fine, but that. It looked like it was just like a interlacing. Yeah, what the hell? what is going on? The top half looks fine. This is throwing me off so much.
That's really weird.
Dude, where's the chat?
I have no idea.
Naegleria's spreadsheet was taking up chat space. And
Oh.
I didn't end up needing.
Spreadsheet? Why do you need a spreadsheet for golf?
There's wind manipulation, so if you hit the, every frame, like, it'll change the wind
Aren't
pattern.
you supposed to have that all memorized?
Ideally, yes.
So you're a fraud then.
Basically. It's just that there's 6 different patterns, which for
Go ball, go ball. Oh.
save and quit, dude.
What? What the fuck?
No shame, no shame.
Yeah.
I just walked into the gayest marathon
Oh yeah, I accidentally I got a bogey without realizing it.
it's fucking tough.
Yeah, then you finished second because of it.
A fatty second. You didn't notice you got a bogey.
Big bounce ball.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty hard to get banned from NASA.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Oh, anyone.
Anyone.
As long as you don't get the stream banned, I honestly don't really care.
Some people try
Okay,
to
we won the tournament.
Despite people's best efforts.
I suggested he's into cat girls. But then he ended up winning that game somehow. I don't know how that happened.
I'm a god of gaming, dude. Oh yeah, this cutscene. Then I have to go here
It's like
again.
it was
Why are all these characters like not Mario characters?
I don't know. It's the same in Mario Tennis. It was made by the same company.
Mario Tennis.
Camelot?
Yeah.
Mario.
And not the Game Boy, the handhelds, the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Advance.
I haven't seen those ones ever.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
fun.
And also N64 has non-Mario characters.
Oh crap! Whatever.
It's just like, here's all your
It's got like
Basically, until the very last cup, like Mario, you don't even see him.
Yeah, even though he's apparently revered as a golf god.
Yeah,
So,
that like no one has ever seen or heard. They just,
He's like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. where
yeah, it's like they just saw his scorecard and they're like, wow, this isn't cheated, but it's good.
Rapid copy of his scorecard passed out for generation.
Actually, I think in this like there's the clubhouse you can go through. I think there's a picture of Mario on a wall somewhere. That's like the one place you can kind of see him technically.
Oh, this is the
See, now it makes
it's the underground music.
any appearance whatsoever.
Yeah, and you can play against him once you unlock Peach's Castle.
Oh, nice.
Because then he's like, oh, you're worthy of me. But before that, he's like,
Hey, Naegleria, you have a question.
yeah?
It's about whether it's faster to ram putts into the back of the hole or let it barely creep in.
Ram putts.
Yeah,
Ram it all the way.
yeah, yeah.
I should not have used power there. That was actually a terrible choice.
This is. Who looks the shy guy?
Yeah, it's shy.
Actually, course map.
Oh, wow.
Shy guy.
Hey.
That's, I got that pattern recognition.
I'll buy you a McDouble later. How about that?
Nice. Let me make
Oh, is that? Oh no.
The what? Green edge.
I need minus 11 to get first place. Honestly, if I don't get it,
wow.
I'll just time and. Otherwise, you don't get the credits. I guess, yeah, technically, the on speedrun.com, it's all clubs. And you would technically still be beating the club even if you get like 10th. So in theory, I could just give up on every single hole.
Cut off those comments. Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of depends on how you define the categories. Because if it's just like see the credits, then you need to get first place. But if it's beat all clubs, then you need to get first place in everything but this one.
Oh no.
If the estimate goes over an hour, then just tell me and we'll switch strats.
Oh, we're at an hour and 4 minutes right now.
Oh.
Oh, random roll.
Oh God. We're doing that.
So this is the new age strats.
Just make sure on the last hole we pause and look at your score.
Sure. So for all clubs, you don't need first place. So you can't give up on the first shot because the game's like, wow, you're not even trying. So I need to do one shot to make it think that I'm not like, you know.
Yeah, the game's like, at least try something.
So that you do one shot and then you give up, and I'll be able to get time when the ball is in the 18th hole, which is in 10 holes.
Is it actually going to make it to the hole or are you going to give up?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give up. Good point. Oh, menuing, dude, the truest form of skill.
Wow, that's nice.
So it's
Optimus giving up.
time is when I say yes on the give up menu, on the 18th hole. Oh wait, first stroke. Ah, it's a hard speed run, dude.
Dude, this new speed tag.
Oh wait, yeah, up again.
Are you pulling this strat out just for the marathon run?
Yes. I'll do ILs of the courses. Of beating the courses as fast as possible.
Naegleria went for an F0 GX, literally the Godspeed game of this game.
Yeah.
What happened?
I guess like GX fried my brain, so now I can only do.
You were defending this as an easy come down earlier.
Yeah, it is, but
Thrills and shows.
evidently it's
Apparently it hasn't.
not that.
I think it's time to move on to RPGs.
Oh yeah.
Wait, they have menus though.
Oh shit.
Clearly, I'm having trouble with menus. What I need is Barney's hide and seek, any percent, no controller,
Literally beaten by a sleeping dog.
or Night Trap. That also, if you don't have a controller, you can beat it because it has a separate ending if you just don't do any inputs. Get ready on time.
I beg you, just the scorecard.
This girl is really sad.
Yeah. You ruined her night.
Oh my God.
Little Wendy's girl is really sad.
Time.
106.44.
I thought you had to be in the last hole.
Nice.
Not anymore. So 118.
118 over.
So I am 28th place though, which is better than, you know, a lot. There's a bit of a gap between me and the next, but
Yeah, these are power backs.
all right. So just turn this shit off.
So we're
Fucking god.
so we're going to the next game now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just take a quick transition to
Yeah.
kick off the game.
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry.